Hello, I am Vigilante. Welcome over from. It's awesome to have you. Our subscription numbers have doubled since I was on that show last. So it's always great to have new viewers, and the comments you guys are putting up there is fantastic. I'll do a whole video addressing them, but they're coming in a lot, which is awesome. I love the guys. I love the things that all of you were saying, and it's also great to see the Patreon numbers are going up. You're supporting independent media. Corporate media just continues to lie to you. It's unreal. And here's something that I don't think anyone in the corporate media is covering, which is there's an article, and I got it from ZeroHedge.com. It's by a guy who calls himself Tyler Durden. So it's really submitted by Eric Zusi via Strategic Culture Foundation. And it's the oil gas war over Syria, and it shows these maps. And it's very dense, it's very complicated. I'll go into as much of it as I can, but I highly suggest you go to the link below to really get this, because it really breaks it down. There's two factions fighting, basically. There's the Iran-Russia faction that is backing a Russia pipeline, and then there's the Saudi-Qatari that the U.S. is backing pipeline. It's a fight over pipelines to get to Europe, which is the biggest oil market in the world. And there's a lot of money. So it's just crazy. And you know, the corporate media is not talking about it in these terms. They show you videos of children, suffering from chemical weapons, and that's the only videos they show. As I've said repeatedly on this show, and I'll say it again, and I posted this on my Facebook and Twitter, the emotions that everybody felt watching those kids from suffering from chemical weapons, those emotions that you all felt, that's exactly why there are no videos of civilians casualties and suffering and being maimed from U.S. airstrikes in the Middle East. That's right. They're not every night showing, oh boy, here's more civilians that died from U.S. airstrikes, and people crying, and oh my God, my children's dead, or I lost my leg, because that's what we're doing and have been doing. Trump's picked up where Obama left off. Obama picked up where Bush left off. And that's not in the mainstream media. So we got to go to some different news sources. So this was part of Turkey's Anadolu news agency, though government run, is providing remarkably clear and reliable diagrammatic descriptions of the current status of the U.S. and fundamentalist Sunni versus Russia and Shia, now fundamentalist Sunni sides in the current oil and gas war in the Middle East for control over territory in Syria, for construction of oil and gas pipelines through Syria, supplying fuel into the world's largest energy market, Europe. So, first, let's talk about going into the state-run news agency. Okay, that's good to know that it's state-run. And Turkey, I could do a whole video on, they just had a new election and how that happened. I want to get more into that and learn about that. I'm also going to do something about how Turkey has been covering up or denying the Armenian genocide for like 100 years. But why I'm not so state-run, because look, our media becomes state-run media. The minute there's a war, everyone's all resist Trump, and then, he rockets Syria, and then the media, Brian Williams, Wolf Blitzer, everybody, yay, Fareed Zakaria saying that, Trump became president tonight. Really? Sending rockets makes him president. Okay. So, again, I'll go into this. Russia is now the dominant supplier of both oil and gas to Europe. But its ally Iran is a Shiite gas powerhouse that wants to share the market there, and Russia has no objection. This is another thing I've talked about and deserves more. Why the CIA and America have kept all of these Middle Eastern countries unstable. We've overthrown democracies. Iran was back channeling with the Bush administration about coming up with some kind of resolution, because they have a lot of young people. They're college educated. They're way more progressive, the young people in Iran, compared to more conservative Muslims. And Bush was like, no, because if Iran becomes a democratic country, any of these Middle Eastern countries become democratic, they're going to all sit there and vote and go, wait a minute, why are we giving, this is our natural resource. Why are Russia and the US, why are they controlling all this? So we need them destabilized so that we can go, oh, chemical weapons and regime change. There's that. This is where it gets very, I'm going to try to read this as slowly as I can because it's very complex. Qatar is a Sunni gas powerhouse and wants to become the main supplier of gas there. And Saudi Arabia is a Sunni oil powerhouse, which wants to become the major supplier of oil. But Saudi oil and Qatar gas would be pipelined through secular-controlled, which is Assad's, Syria. And this is why the U.S. and its fundamentalist Sunni allies, the Sauds and Qataris, are using al-Qaeda and other jihadists to conquer enough of a strip through Syria so that U.S. companies such as Halliburton will be able to safely place pipelines there to be marketed in U.S. by U.S. firms such as Exxon, Rex Tillerson's company. You see this? If the mainstream media was like, hey, America is funding al-Qaeda people just to gain this strip of Assad's land so we can put a pipeline there, people would go nuts. They can't report this because ExxonMobil and Halliburton are buying ad time on their thing. So is the Marines. So is, the Navy of Global Force for Good. Look who's buying ad time on them. It's unreal. Iran also wants to pipeline its gas through Syria, and this is one reason why Iran is defending Syria's government against the U.S. Saudi-Qatari jihadist invasion, which is trying to overthrow and replace Assad. And there's this map that you'll see below. Sensitive operation. It's crazy. So, all right. The first presents the effort by many countries to eliminate ISIS control over the large Iraqi city of Mosul, because we need to go through Mosul. We need to go through Iraq, all right? So, a remarkably frank remark made in this map is an escape corridor into Syria will be left for ISIS so they can vacate Mosul. An admission that the U.S. Saudi Qatari team wants the ISIS jihadists who are in Mosul to relocate into Syria to assist the U.S. Saudi lists this U.S. Saudi Qatari effort there to overthrow and replace the Assad government. They're allowing them to escape out of Mosul into Syria. That's what they want to do. You'll see this map because Iraq borders Syria. It borders Turkey and Syria. The second is about the Egyptian government trying to assist the Syrian government's defense against the Saudi-U.S. Qatari invasion of Syria at Aleppo, where Syria's al-Qaeda branch is trying to retain its current control over part of that large city. The Saudi family are punishing the Egyptian government for that. You notice we're not saying they're the rebels. They're these noble rebels fighting the evil Assad regime, because we can't say what they really are, which is they're al-Qaeda people. Tulsi Gabbard has said this, and she took shit from Howard Dean and all those dicks. And then you're going to see the second thing, Russia's proposed gas pipeline, which would enable Russia to reduce its dependence upon Ukraine, through which Russia currently pipes its gas into Europe. Obama conquered and took over Ukraine in February 14th via his coup that overthrew the democratically elected neutralist Ukrainian president there. So that's what the Ukrainian war was about. And then there's a map from oilprice.com. The map shows the competing Shia Russia-backed, and Sunni US-backed gas pipelines into Europe. And this is the central invasion. You see the two maps. You see, like, this is the Russia oil pipeline wants to go like this, and we want to go like that. And you see, you see where they go. They come from Qatar and Iran. This is all an oil fight. Read the whole thing. It's just unbelievable. Actually, it is believable. As I've said, follow the money. It's all about oil. It's all about the money. You've got two. That's what this, and that's why they're stirring up. They're talking about World War III. That's why NATO has put all these troops on the border against Russia. And that's why something happened, because obviously Trump is a big Russia ally. Rex Tillerson has done business over there. Bill Clinton has done business over there. Hillary Clinton has sold plutonium through her foundation, which was reported in the New York Times, through the Clinton Foundation to Russian businessmen. So there's two warring oil corporate states. It's two giant oil companies are duking this out, and it might cause World War III. And they're stirring up whatever they can to get these pipelines and whatever to get everybody keep using oil. As I've said before, I'll say it again. The minute I have the money, I'm buying an electric car. I got to use my car today, and I don't like it. I'm mad. I used my car. There's 2 days last week I used public transportation instead of my car. I hate this. I hate giving these dicks this money. Thank you for supporting the show, guys. And go to the Patreon link, because CNN and MSNBC, Rachel Maddow's not going to tell you this. Fox is not going to tell you this. They're going to show you chemical weapons things or Trump's ties to Russia. They're not going to show you the Clinton ties to Russia. They're going to show you part of this at best. They're not going to show you all of this. And I'm doing what I can to be as honest with you as I possibly can. You might not agree with me, but no, I'm being honest, and I might get it wrong, and I'll fix it if I get it. If I get wrong information, I'll try to come back and correct it. That's what I promise to you. So another way you can support the show, we put the link to I have an Amazon affiliate link below. So if there's anything you need to buy on Amazon, use that link below if you're planning on buying it anyway, and the show gets a little kickback. And also like, subscribe, and share on your social media, and try to get your friends to wake up. I was just talking to some friends yesterday, and they're kind of like, huh. It might take them time to wake up. It took me a little time to wake up, so be patient with them. Thank you for watching the show.